Dark clouds and rain over Paris since early morning. However, as it soon turned out, it was not the weather that was the biggest problem for the organizers of the Olympics, but the transportation chaos at the train stations. French authorities reported an overnight attack on high-speed railroads, deliberately setting fires and damaging traction in several places in the country, several hours before the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
It's probably a large-scale sabotage with some malicious acts probably coordinating. We're still in the process of analyzing all the impacts, assessing what we're going to implement as solutions, because it's going to have impacts also over the weekend.
Some trains have stopped running at all. Others are facing huge delays. About 800,000 people across France are affected. I know there were more attempts to destroy the rail infrastructure in different parts of the country, but they were avoided thanks to the vigilance of employees who saw suspicious people. It is unclear who is behind the sabotage. France has long feared attacks by Islamic extremists. Israeli special services have warned of possible terrorist attacks on the occasion of the Olympics. Arson attacks on railroad traction may suggest Russia's actions. In recent days, there have been signs that could point to the Kremlin. Among other things, the July 21st arrest of a Russian citizen suspected of preparing destabilization activities in connection with the Olympics. Enhanced military and police patrols on the streets of Paris have been a constant presence for many months due to the highest level of terrorist threat and have been increased even further ahead of the Olympics.
It seems like they're really hunkering down in terms of security, which I'm really glad to see, mostly because it is nervous, especially in this current times. There's a lot of opportunity for a potential attack. So.
There have also been reports of a group rape of a 25-year-old Australian woman that allegedly took place in Paris just before the Olympics began, as well as numerous reports of attacks on tourists. At least for now, there are far fewer tourists than organizers had anticipated.
They're afraid of the Olympics or the traffic or whatever. It's about 30% down from
Paris residents expecting the Olympics to bring huge inconveniences have mostly left. Many were given the opportunity to work remotely for the time of the Olympic Games.
And it's difficult to walk around because most of the most of the roads are closed. And as a tourist, it's very difficult. I know it's Olympics, I understand security and all that, but I think they should plan for tourism along with Olympics.
Authorities in France assure that they have done their best to make the Olympic Games go as well as possible. The fact is that for months, there have been accusations by humanitarian organizations, even of taking homeless immigrants out of downtown Paris to improve the city's image. Instead, there was no shortage of gestures toward the LGBTQ community. The Olympic flame in France for the first time ever was carried by 3 drag queens, which is a first-time record for a Paris event.